These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup.
It could work out very well in their favor.
Brokenblade doesn't have vision here. Oscar in it. Gonna lightning rush forward, flash forward as well, looking for that stun. Reeve still has the flash, but I don't think he has a chance of living. Oscar on the board for first blood in Munich.
Now the swap has come through from G2. They want to try and get Mundo out.
Hansama flashes to be a taxi for Mickey, and Hansama immediately answers.
Great adaptation from G2.
The top lane play.
He's so close to 6 though.
He's
if he can get a
almost
couple of minions.
Needs a couple for the maximum dosage, now unlocks it. Fnatic yet to tank the tower, Jung will go in, Razork there as well, there's Zenith Blade back in the flash away from Brokenblade. Ignite not enough to take him through the maximum dosage. Noah puts a bit more damage into his back, Caps has come across, but now Oscar in on the flank as well, looking for that stun. He'll catch Caps, flash, shield of Daybreak, the Zenith follows the Valkyrie away. He's locked in an icy grave.
And Fnatic get their answer. Walks away safely. Fnatic walk away with the advantage they were looking for.
And Oscar Rinnan is off to such a brilliant lead now. 800 gold lead for that top laner for Fnatic, but you do have to drop your eyes down to that AD carry roll as well. Because
Waiting around the corner, hasn't been seen yet. He's sneaky, trying to come in here to dissuade the gang. Oscar goes in with a slicing mouse, but Hansama is able to walk away from the side of it. Fate's call will pull Mickey out, and he dives back in. They smell blood in the water, and Oscar's got a lot of spears in his behind. Hansama takes the kill.
beautiful dive from G2, the Guardian proc to keep Mickey as healthy as he needs to be.
As the rest of Fnatic are resetting, and that's 3 grubs, early dragon, gold lead, all going the way of G2. And when we think back to G2's strong early games, it was through their bot lane. That was how they found success last year.
Yeah.
But now they have the added threat of that mid-game macro that they've been spending the entire year working on.
You're going to continue to build this push on bot. I was about to say with the resets, means that they should have been able to reset and move up towards that potential Void growth. But Caps,
jump in the mid lane, Mom is here, and Caps can't deal with that. Humanoid gets his first of the finals.
I mean, when it comes to Fnatic, Razork is the player you always have to look at.
6 grubs and a Chem Drake. Next Drake up in 4 minutes time. It will be an Infernal. Caps might be ganked again in the mid lane, though does still have the flash. Razork on his way. No Glacial Prison, but they can chase him down. Knocks him up, he'll Valk. The Permafrost will chase and he'll flash as well. To the relative safety of Yike coming into that bush. Fog of War on Caps' side. Vision control now, the name of the game between the two teams. Chun steps in and that bush, in there be monsters. The flash, not enough to get away from the quickness. The solar flare though will hit Yike, and Chun might still escape to survive another day. He can't. A rend through his heart puts him in the dirt.
and just barely whiffing on that lockdown from Yike. And that's why you can see Fnatic at the moment are just fishing for these spells, because they're like, look, if we can get this exhaust burnt on towards Mickey, that unlocks Oscar Rinnan when we come to these later fights. 35 seconds on towards the Dragon. They were saying maybe we could get an exhaust, maybe we can then set up for that fight, but G2 able to avoid the engage. They're going to get the Rift Herald, and maybe Fnatic can actually sneak their way into this bottom side and try and get the cross-map objective.
Objective control is the name of the game for G2 though. What they've demonstrated in the season finals is really how to use pressure to gain advantages on the map. Calm, calculated play, cross-mapping any proactivity that we see from Fnatic. Remember that Fnatic is playing more towards the scaling.
See, the Hansama's on mid, actually going on towards Noah as well, but if Noah is able to join in with Fnatic, it makes it very difficult for Hans to be part of this fight, so the TP invested now by BB to force Fnatic back and give that Kalista an option to get into mid lane.
I mean, does Razork just have to jump back into the back of the pit? Instead, he has to flash. Stranglethorn's coming down, and G2 will thank Fnatic for that leash. Hansama off towards the top side, being chased down by Humanoid, but they can't really find much more. Oscar running down in that bottom lane with the Rift Herald coming in as well. He needs to get the hell out of here, because if he stays around for much longer, I'm afraid he might be next on the menu. The Rift Herald avoids the turret. Oscar flashes away, but here's the charge! FNC later, Oscar, as he's taken out by G2.
G2 are a rampaging bull. They said, screw the China, we're going for the rat in the back instead, and they lock down Oscar Rinnan.
You have the 6 grubs as well. More bites come out, mites come out of the Rift Herald when you go for that, almost getting the tier 2, already secured the tier 1, and a 2,000 gold lead now extended for G2.
They're hesitant to fight. They know how hard they spike Razork.
Called out once again. Charmed with the quickness, pulls him back. Jun here, he's charmed as well. Razzle able to get away with the Glacial Prism being used. Razzle gone about 100 HP. But here's Oscar! Here is Oscar! And there go G2 sent to their graves by the Electric Rats.
Razork buys so much time. He is one of the champions that can face check. His durability proving worthwhile. Fnatic fans feeling the tension as we look back at this face check.
The bottom side to try and cull a little bit of that wave, but doesn't really do its job, only gets a couple of them. Broken Blade with the Demolish will take it, 700 gold into his back pocket, and now he leads the cannon.
You look at the vision at the bottom of your screen. Oscar and the TP.
Slice and Maelstrom coming out, no exhaust here of course, because Mickey's on the top side and doesn't even have it. Broken Blade with a maximum dosage and the flash still in hand to try and get away. The Glacial Prison finds its mark, and I'm not sure Broken Blade survives this. He flashes, and of course he does, of course he damn does! Who am I to doubt the machinations of the Broken Blade? So Mickey trying to defend the top tier one. It's Fnatic are trying to make that cross-map play that we so often talk about when you are behind, but with Caps here to clear out the wave and Mickey able to jump away, the TP at the last moment means there's still a minion there. Mom called, Oscar goes in, Broken Blade's gonna TP as well, but Fnatic have already got 2 out of this play, and BB has no flash anymore! You may not stop for death, BB, but Fnatic will make him stop for you!
A huge tower dive for Fnatic.
6 void grub still though for G2. They're taking a tower, but there's so much standing gold.
Oscar went to 6 HP off that, by the way.
Calculated.
Yeah, 100% planned. For Fnatic now, it's all about the next 3 minutes.
Summer, as threatening as he is, we talked about how difficult this Kennen is going to make his life. Oscar has proven time and time again that he's able to find these angles on this champion.
Growth in this game, we'll see if he heals back up through the poke that he has to endure. Caps putting some damage down. Oscar looking for the flank position.
It's a good
Out
flank.
of vision. It's a great flank if he can find it. Can Mickey mark him? Razzle goes in. Flashes double knockup. On Summer now dashing forward as well. Oscar in is late to the party. And he's immediately exhausted and knocked up with a face call. On Summer still surviving. Do Fnatic have more in the tank? Can they find a way to crack Hunt Summer? The answer is yes! Humanoid takes him out in the Dragon Pit, and now a 3v4 in favor of Fnatic. They'll take the Drake. They'll stop the Soul. May have sentenced one of the Fnatic players to a 40-minute grayscale excursion.
Fnatic are on a timer here though. Oh,
Jun caught out, goes in with the Zenith Blade, but is unable to get the stun onto Caps, and Jun is just dead. Glacial Prison going wide, and now G2 can look to open up. BB has a TP, and he's about to go back to base. The TP comes in, Mickey's still looking for the chase. Humanoid caught out, manages to survive for a second, but in the end, he's down. Oscar with the slicing Maelstrom does nothing.
G2 seem to always find a way in these crucial moments to fight back against Fnatic.
Themselves lost, pushing in the mid wave, trying to set it for the Baron. Jun mispositions, he overcommits, he gets collapsed on, and while the ulti from
Fnatic at the moment at least have control of River, but you still have that 6 void grub buff. And a second Cloud Dragon to Fnatic is not something G2 are that concerned about.
All they have to do is just poke their heads in, prod around, see if you can keep Fnatic around a little bit longer, because already you've lost a tier 2 in the top lane, and you might be about to lose your inhibitor tower as well. The Glacial Prison goes down, the Drake secured for Fnatic, but they're about to lose an inhib as Caps continues to push in. G2 on the chase, looking to stop Fnatic from getting those bases off. Oscar in him might be able to get back to the fountain in time before Yike can find him in the bush. He will. But still an inhibitor forfeit.
It's not as clear-cut as an easy win, so playing off on the map makes a lot of sense here as Mickey step forward against Razork.
Get the knock-up. Tangle Bob's not going to connect in the mid lane! I think no earnest. Oscar just killed Caps! They just put him in the dirt, and now Broken Blade next on the menu. True Shot Barrage coming out, hits on Summer. The Solar Flare has to be flashed away from, and Broken Blade abandoned by his team. The chase continues. Oscar looking at that flank position, has the blast cone, and Noah will take it. Oscar goes in with a lightning rush. Can Hun, Summer, Mickey, and Yike survive this? Broken Blade there as well. G2 realize they immediately have to dive back in, but Mickey doesn't have the backup, and with the Zenith Blade through his back, Fnatic! Is this it? Is this the oasis they have waited 6 years for? One game on the horizon, perhaps 2 more to come.
They find G2 overextended.
swung the game once again, and in game 1 of this best of 5, Fnatic and G2 are going all out, back and forth, neck and neck.
How do you beat Ren Smite where you've got to fight beforehand, I think. Razzle trying to get in the pit, Mickey there. to act as a bouncer. It's secured by Hansama. Mickey low with the base call. Oscar takes him out. Oscar still looking for that flank position. No flash for him, but BB's down as well. Fnatic still have 5 alive, and G2 do not have that same luxury. The GA buys Hansama a second, but this Angel can only
Oscar
bring
in
you back once. Oscar goes in with the slicing mash from Cows, has to flash away. Yike now. Looking for that flank position, looking for the
Just buying time. He's buying time, and
he's
look at
buying
the
as much
base.
time as he can, because Fnatic, they did it against MDK. They'll look to go through the front door once again. The true shot barrage goes wide. Will the Wolves aggro? Back onto Caps, he's back.
The burn buff resets means that they're able to come back in. It's 4 versus 2. Yike and Caps versus all of Fnatic.
A final stand, it seems. Come claim the Nexus if you can take it.
Mickey's just respawned though. That's the exhaust. G2 can force them back. There's TP wards if they can get Caps out.
TP to the bot lane.
That's a TP.
Need 4 alive. G2 begin to collapse. Yike a long way away though. Jun caught by Mickey. Broken blade looking for that flank, can't find it. Jun falling low. The solar flare dodged. Only the slow connects. Jun continues to walk away. Razzle trying to do the same. Oscar up in 5 seconds. Holy smolder! Humanoid steps a little bit too far forward! And he's immediately put 6 feet under by G2. Now the rest of Fnatic need to try and get away from this. Oscar in here as well, Broken Blade.
Back and forth. We thought 2 fights ago that would be the fight, but maybe this is it.
Jun going forward, Broken Blade flashes away from the solar flare. Mickey here to join the party, TP in by Fnatic. They'll look for more. Jun continues to advance. BB no flash, the slicing mash from exhausted, and Oscar innings the first ball in the battle. Broken Blade healing up with a maximum dosage. Lands a cleaver onto Noah. They'll continue to chase in. Mom comes down and doesn't really connect in a way that it's done before in this game. Caps continue to push in top. The Drake will be secured. You can't beat Rend. G2 take everything off the map. A trigger to pull if he's in danger. G2 now, though, controlling the area around the Baron. No vision for Fnatic. BB walks over the Scuttle Crab, though, and will give Fnatic the knowledge this is happening. Jun on his way up. They don't know where Camps is. Fnatic looking for that flank position. Oscar has the flash, has the blast cone. He'll go in. The Baron secured. Hansama cleanse flashes away. Oscar puts a stopwatch to see if he can get out of this one. But I think the plants are going to do the work. They will. Yike finds his man. Find purchase on G2. They're too slippery. The second inhibitor, the target for Caps.
Already created the back door, and now they've created the side door as well. G2 en masse, moving in, choking out Fnatic. The TP from Broken Blade. G2 want to end this
Mickey
now.
jumps in, dashes out, hit with the Glacial Prison. Jun takes about half his health from Broken Blade alone. Humanoid trying to deal with Caps up towards the top side, but now he's going to join in with the rest of Fnatic in their final defense. Tip, all the inhibitors are down, every one of them though.
G2 can't afford to let up the pressure. No one sees his angle. Gets good damage onto Caps.
Stranglethorn's down though, Jun goes in, the slicing maelstrom, base call will pull him out. Noah finds Caps, is that enough? Yike jumped on, he has the Zonyas and the plants are doing work for him, but Noah finds a double, and now it's the bot lane battling up towards the top side. Razzle here with a heroic intervention. Broken Blade able to take Oscar in and Hansama still half HP, but Noah is putting the damage down, the Nexus towers! Everything seems to be on G2's side.
Noah is doing his absolute best.
And now Fnatic have to fight for their lives. The longest game of the season finals has arrived, and what a place to have it. Here in Munich, what a game these teams are giving us.
A tense affair. The Elder will be secured. And they can just force the fight now.
I mean, look
Razzle
where Humanoid is.
trying to buy space for his mid laner.
Humanoid has flash here, but do you even get to walk away? The answer is an emphatic no. G2 are done with this. They got the record for the longest game, and that's enough for them. They'll take down 3. No inhibitors, no Nexus towers stand in their way. Noah, I'm afraid that Angel doesn't have enough to say. G2 an incredible roller coaster of a game. We'll go 1-0 up.
I will say, again, I like what Fnatic have drafted. I think it's very similar to what they drafted in game 1. Just more of a tanky top line rather than trying to find those flanks.
Sure, you're able to push in this wave, but I think at this stage, G2 just going to look for that reset, making sure they can keep this push on bot side as Yike's camps are respawning, so it makes it difficult for Razor to go for any sort of evade on the bottom side with that timing window. Still though, Dragon is up and available. So I think if you can get a quicker reset here for Hanson and Mickey, it will work out in your favor at that objective with Broken Blade.
Oscar only has Ghost here. Broken Blade has the flash! He's top father for a reason, Betty. The Poppy later on. G2 used that as the trigger to start up the Drake. Yet to see a recall out from Hans Summer. TP to the top lane for Broken Blade. He's just going to match. Fnatic looking for the fight. Jun coming in from the side. Humanoid putting some damage down on his caps as well. And the Drake is secured by Yike. But now he's caught up in the root caller and Noah might get his first instead. Humanoid the one that takes the kill. Noah dashing forward. Looking for a little bit more damage into the back of Hans Summer. And he will get that for the battle. Oscar in trading with Broken Blade. Oscar in needs to be a little bit careful, but always has that all out. Connie has the Q3 prime. Jike dashes forward. Pathmaker back. Broken Blade pulled back, and remember, he has no flash. The steadfast presence will buy him a second, but here comes Daisy. And perhaps Broken Blade's going to be pushing them up in a second. The root caller onto Yike instead, the first target. Broken Blade dashes back, hits a minion. The true shot barrage rings true on Yike. And Broken Blade feels the pain of the Into foes. Daisy tanking the tower now as they look for a little bit more damage. Yike can try and get away. Razork tanks it up. Jun coming in as well. Flash! Shattering strike! And Yike's world collapses!
Broken Blade and Yike get bopped in the top lane. Easier when you look towards some of these upcoming objectives. Now, Fnatic have only managed to get one grub before they had to move swiftly up to that top side to help out Oscar in. So G2 will be able to get 2, but even if you can get the next 3 grubs for Fnatic, that's such a good position to be in.
Yeah, I expect we'll see a fight around that second grub spawn.
No real items completed as of yet, though. Oh, Joe, hang on. Oh.
Dashes back. Caps. Magnus Storm comes down. He has a Valkyrie, but here comes more.
The sniper.
The true shot barrage from Noah is enough for Fnatic to find a kill on Caps, and perhaps with it, a Drake to boot.
The true shot mom is the deadliest, as Humanoid and Noah work so well together alongside Jun. Caps completely caught out there. Now Humanoid in the same position.
I mean, still no flash. I'm not sure why Humanoid was this far up. I'm gonna be honest, feels a little bit like a misplay. And G2 will happily take a kill. They can try and contest the Drake, but it's already gone. Fnatic have it in their pockets.
I just really like the proactiveness from Fnatic.
Looking for the first turret of the game, should be able to secure it here with no wave in mid. They'll get that little extra bounty for taking the first tower.
Capslow has a good amount of pressure on top, and they can overload mid here as G2 as well, with that tower being incredibly low too, so they may get the first turret, but I'm very curious what the next couple of plays are going to look like for G2. I think Fnatic need to start to, as you can see, shift back attention up towards this top side very quickly.
It was, of course, too late for Grubs. Instead, the Rift held the target for G2 in this top side. G2, as you say, Caps gets the top lane tower. 300 gold between the two teams. Rift held secured for G2, haven't picked up the eye yet, but Yike will quickly pocket it. And they should be able to dash away from this one. So in the TP in by Fnatic, they're looking to call this play a battle. Humanoid TP's in, G2 have 3. Hans Summer trying to move from mid, the Magnus Storm coming out as well. There's Mom, redemption enough to keep them alive even through the quickness. Jun kills Caps, Mickey next up, and Yike will take one in response. Oscar's able to kill off Mickey. Razork attacks the tower! The trigger seed, the root caller just enough! The last breath of his life!
Humanoid did fall in that engagement as well, so 2 for 1 for Fnatic. They'll be very happy though with drawing that many members of G2 to topside and coming out on top.
I admire the confidence from Fnatic.
Fnatic and G2 calling each other to arms. TP behind by Broken Blade. Hans Summer isn't in a good position here. Cleanse already used. The Pathmaker. He tries to flash. He tries to dash the lightning crash. Will it be enough to keep him alive? Razork has the redemption to help him out, and he'll survive for now. Hans Summer already down. Humanoid needs to get away from the keeper's verdict. The Magnus Storm from Jun saves his mid laner's life, but he's summonerless. Fnatic can step forward. The true shot barrage will take a chunk. The Drake secured by Caps. The dash onto the backline with the quickness from Mickey. And G2 look to run them down. It's 2 already, and they don't need to make it more. The Drake and 2 for G2.
Fnatic with a good initial fight.
He pops up with a ward, or they see him move into a position to clear out vision. That's where they can try and make a play, but they can invest on top.
Double
G2
TP into the bot lane. Caps is overextended, and Daisy puts him up in the air. I think he might be going back down to the dirt in a second. Fnatic will find him, invest 2 TPs to do so, lose their mid-tier 1, but that was falling anyway.
He didn't even tickle Oscar.
And that's is not what Fnatic is going to allow. Obviously, he could have started it, and then if Fnatic hadn't checked, then Rakan can jump over the wall. But if you are tanking the Baron, you do 50% less damage to it, which means even if you are a 2-item Gwen, it can be pretty tricky to get through a bit sharpish.
As Fnatic has found their window, they will be able to secure this objective, but in contrast, this should allow G2 to convert their pressure towards the bot side of the map. And already you'll see the pings coming out from Fnatic.
To keep him out of vision, but Razzo puts a push down. Should spot BB as he comes around the corner. Fnatic immediately realize Mickey chunked out. BB going in with the keeper's verdict. It's only Daisy who's not back, and Mickey's already down. Redemption for Fnatic on summer flashes, but Humanoid burn, baby burn. It's an inferno from Fnatic. They find 3, the Drake there 2, and Baron to boot.
It's the crescendo for Fnatic. The tense moment building.
The initiation from Mickey is quickly shut down, and then Hansama gets caught out. So Fnatic avoid all the crucial pieces, play around it to perfection, and they get themselves a Baron.
Engages from Jun over the course of season finals, but denying that engage from Mickey might have just solidified the game for Fnatic. Now waiting over the wall, the Hex Flash is available.
Fnatic now will get the mid-tier 2. They'll look for the tier 2 in bot as well. Baron still remains for 2 minutes, and there's so much standing gold for them to pick up on this map. It's overextended, but in the bot side, you can see Fnatic continues to push in for the tier 2. Caps continues to rattle in with the Gatling gun. Fnatic pushing in for the tier 3 now. All out onto Broken Blade, and the rest of G2 backing away to the top side. Now Broken Blade used his TP. He's going to start his back as Oscar in and will fall, but the inhibitor is forfeit as Fnatic push in and G2 just backed away.
To catch them, they should be able to get away from this.
Honestly, I don't think G2's too upset about that. A kill, a tower.
TP behind. TP behind. Caps, where you're going to go. Valkyrie's first still has the flash, but Humanoid's on the chase. Oscar in here to join the party. Immediately pings from G2 saying, let's get the Ocean Drake. Sometimes you need a hand from Mom. And Humanoid will get the shot down with it. Hansama's down to half HP, but the lightning crash into the quickness. The trigger seed, not enough. Noah has to dash away G2. Still in the 4v4, Humanoid not going to TP in, tier 2 in top.
A close exchange is Fnatic. They're the ones that find a pick on the side lane, but they concede the Dragon to do it. Hansama took so much damage because G2 was hungry for more, but they hesitated, knowing that their AD carry was far too low to follow up on any further fight.
Fnatic will trade Dragon for top tier 2.
A fight, you want this buff, come and claim it.
I mean,
Broken
I think
Blade
that's
there, the keeper's verdict. He's stunned. Broken Blade stunned with the Shadowing Strike. And a dash in from Yike. It's only a dash to his demise. Fnatic looking to continue the fight.
Fnatic starting the siege. Caps has reset. I think he just finished his 6th item as well. That's what G2 are trying to play for. You can see he's full build now, and it has to be on Caps. They've given him everything.
Broken Blade's just rooted. He's just locked up. He can't get away from the Shadowing Strike and knock back with the Pathmaker. Oscar in making a path into the series for Fnatic. Caps trying to step forward, does the damage, but Noah still surviving. The Nexus towers between Fnatic and their prize. Hansama trying to dash around, get away from Daisy. The root caller came in as well. Mickey still has that engage possibility. Flash quickness always an option. Yike now here. He'll step in, but look at the damage he takes from Humanoid. The lightning crash, the Magnus Storm in the backline. Hansama has to flash away, gets to the go of Noah. Hansama dashing away from Oscar and dodges the Atokos. Humanoid finds one. It's Oscar and Humanoid versus Yike. And I damn well like those odds. Munich, stand up, soak it in. You're living through history. Fnatic will even out the series. Taking the Camille into Cassante matchup that we saw him win. I believe it was against 369 at MSI. Looks like Noah's going to be able to get that recall off. Razzle running towards the top side. Broken Blade loses the Q3, has popped the Ghost, and that's all that will happen there. Jun has the Eclipse, will tank up Mickey. The passive from Yike doing a lot of work, but Mickey's tanking the tower, and with the Igniter will be enough. Jun's still alive. Hansama, if you want her, you die. Jun able to walk away. Yike still has the flash. Will he go for it? The answer's yes. Noah has a flash. Will he chase? Hansama on 200 HP. The piercing arrow still connects.
They're not sure as to where the brand is right now.
Broken Blade slowed with the tactical assault. They'll look for more. The sweep comes in. Hex splash, knock back, Bramble smash coming out. Yikes here to join the party. The Pathmaker finds two. And Brand can do a lot of work with his passive in this sort of situation. Mickey, the sapling! The sapling! It looks so cute, but it brings death. Fnatic able to walk away, the Zenith blade back in, Jun's not done yet today! A tactical sweep is a tactical death for Yike, and now Broken Blade is left alone against three. Oscar Lowe, he survives just somehow! Clinging onto the precipice of life, Fnatic find three in the top lane. Shadowing Strike coming out, that's a crash down as well, he's slided in. Underneath the tower, I don't think Humanoid survives this one, almost gets caps. But he can't do enough damage to topple the Azir.
But the very tip of the Zenith Blade connects, the CC connects, and it is Fnatic.
There's no passive ring for Yike. But
meanwhile, the bot lane, Noah has to cleanse flash away, and Mickey's still on the chase on Summer. Puts spear after spear into his back, and Noah, he didn't catch the arc. Buried under the waves of G2, Mickey looking for more with another Shadowing Strike. Johnson on the... Looks like they won't get too much more. Mickey's staying under the tower, that's the aftershock. They'll wait for that to go off, and then they can just go in for the engage. He's not back with a Rambo smash, and even with the crash down, the fate's call just in time to pull him out of dodge. He dashes back in onto Humanoid. Mickey survived him for so long, but he has to flash away, and even that won't save him today. A double for Humanoid. Caps will clean up the pieces, but it's janitor duty for the Azir, and it's all coming up Fnatic.
Double for Razork, but it looks like he has no interest in trying to fight this, given that his laners aren't really in a position to contest.
no priority, they're going to back away. Flash is about to come up for Razork, so he can just help out in case G2 trying to turn a Dragon into a bot dive, but I think they're just going to be happy taking that objective instead. Imagine Oscar would just TP back to make sure he can defend the tower, but G2 going to be happy with that continued objective control. Everyone on Fnatic just kind of window shopping here as they start to move to try and defend top turrets.
6 grubs, a Mountain Drake. Caps is waiting in around the corner, dashes in. Oscar down to a 3rd HP, making look for the chase. Pyroclasm, flash seer. And that's a well done stake if I've ever seen one.
Just a great sequence of events from G2, from burning the flash into the correct lane assignments, into then the lane gank from Yike. G2 thinking ahead, and now with the Dragon spawning in 20 seconds, Fnatic don't really have a way to contest.
And Broken Blade even able to sneak out on the top side. Fnatic were thinking of trying to set up for a dive, but he just hid in the bush. Now teleporting back in. The ultimate guard committed though.
Dangerous. Broken Blade still has the all-out. Pathmaker coming out. Humanoid tanking the tower first. Now Razork has that joy. Shield of Daybreak going in, and Broken Blade still able to dash the solar flare. The power of the sun was what was needed to kill off Broken Blade in the top lane. And attack the tower a couple of times when the Mites are tanking it up. Still don't get the tower, they still have to wait for the next wave, but it was close, and they might have been able to get it one wave faster, which would have allowed Caps to be out on the map a little bit quicker. Instead, Fnatic go out on the map first, they'll get the Drake, their first of the game.
But it's those couple of seconds that might get them this top tower. Look at the positioning from G2. You will lose bot, but they can commit multiple members here in that 6 Void group. But we've seen this weekend how quickly it can take towers. And here comes the Rift Herald to boot.
No solar flare now for Jun. That's a lot of mites coming
Try and take mid lane turn. With all 4 members here, Fnatic have now reset. Broken Blade on the way as well.
They just got solar flare, chain of corruption, Caps where you gotta go! He tags the tower too long, and then with the twisted advance in! And Summer next on the menu! Oscar in looking for a little bit more, he dashes in onto Mickey, Hexagolden Maiden puts down. Jun looking for the chase as well, the Zenith Blade will follow Mickey! And I'm not sure you escape the power of the piercing arrow. The all-out from Broken Blade takes Oscar in for a ride, but he doesn't really care about that. Dives back across to safety. Fnatic once again find 3.
And that was just perfect timing for Fnatic. G2 thought they'd catch Fnatic in a reset and they could all group up on that mid lane turret, but the ultimate from Noah.
Caps almost on his way to that Rabadon's TP behind here. It's a long way behind, as Caps has already put up the Sun Disc. Nature's Glass coming out from Fnatic, so they want to look to take this fight. Mickey rooted, Yike and Caps able to avoid it. TP coming in, Hunt Summer, I'm not sure you're meant to be there, but they use him as the engage tool as the rest of G2 dive in. Mickey on the back backline, knocked back with the Nature's Grasp. Jun taking up the rest of G2 to the top side, and somehow Hansama dashing in is everything that G2 wanted. Fnatic thought they could collapse, but in the end, they're the ones flashing for their lives.
It was a split fight from Fnatic. Everyone tried to jump on Hansama, but it meant that Noah was overextended. He gets jumped on, and then everyone from Fnatic goes different directions.
With 2 fully completed items, Oscar may have found Broken Blade.
Looks for Broken Blade. We can cheer Fnatic, it seems. They're looking for this fight here. They're trying to get the mid lane prio. Oscar in and does have to flash. He's going to have to use it, but the Emperor's Divine will knock him back. And perhaps not fighting was the right choice. OPLoLReplay used by Jun in the mid lane as well as he Chain of Corruption hits onto Hansama just about with the Pillar of Flame coming down onto Jun and the Shattering Strike to follow it up. G2 fight 2. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Humanoid continues to push in, but can G2 look for more? Can they go towards the Baron? Doesn't seem like it.
Fnatic testing G2 and they just don't need to. Oscar, I mean, what was he looking for there with the trade against Broken Blade? He knows that he doesn't control the river. Now a TP flank response from Fnatic.
The problem is, he's seen. Like, Humanoid is entirely on vision here. Hex flash across the wall. Humanoid is now stuck between Caps and the rest of G2. Noah coming in as well, but no Chain of Corruption for him. Makes it very difficult. Dodge away from the Magnus Storm. Noah taking out the Sunders. And Fnatic are just diving in. Caps will get 2. He'll be answered by 1 from Humanoid. Don't go for it, Fnatic.
The kills were 5 to 10 in favor of Fnatic, and now it's 10 to 11. All across the map, Fnatic falling prey to silly mistakes. They're getting caught out, and they're giving G2 much more than they need to.
Ordering the Baron, Cap stepping forward. Eats the sapling, dashes away. Oscar winning in the bottom side. Not winning this matchup as aggressively as he'd like, and with Yike coming across, Oscar winning dives onto him, but he's stunned with the Seer, and the blaze is ticking. The ultimatum is one for Oscar's life, and G2 are happy.
G2 poised to punish these oversteps, set their sights on the mid-tier 1.
TP into the mid lane. Broken Blade has that flank position and has the all-out as well. Noah has to flash away. The 4-man Magnet Storm from Mickey is answered with an Emperor's Divide from Caps. 1-for-1 so far in the exchange. Broken Blade low. Jun trying to tank as he gets back to the safety of the turret. Caps hit with a missile from absolutely Narnia. And Humanoid dashes in for more, but can he trade against Hansama? Hans flashes and gets it with the red buff.
He's on a ward, and Yike is fishing for him.
Mickey is there. Yike in the pit. Razzle looking for anything. Fnatic might just smoke for the fight. The Baron down to 2,000. Should be secured by Yike. It is. Jun on that front line. The Pyroclasm dancing around the solar flare. Dodged by Broken Blade. Mickey goes in with a Magnus Storm, but this time he doesn't hit anyone. Down towards the bottom side. A Seer stun hits. And we'll see Oscar in falling as well. So far a 1-for-1, but G2 had that purple buff circling.
And now they set their sights on the mid-tier 2. All tier 2 towers will fall. G2 cement their gold lead.
You want to go for it. You always have to be careful, though, of that Fate's Call into setting up for that Magnet Storm. But it looks like Fnatic, once bitten, twice shy. They will retreat with their tail between their legs.
So far is no, but Fnatic are looking for him. They're looking for him, and the answer swiftly turns to yes. Mickey down, Fnatic with their patented TP as well coming out from G2, Mickey for that flank. Jun trying to get to the blast cone. Caps goes in onto Oscar in. How long will he wait before he hookshot wall dives? The Magnus Storm hits onto 2. Noah trying to join the fray. Nature's Guards coming out. Humanoid already low. The cleanse coming out onto him. And look at the damage being answered back. The Blaze doing so much work, but so far it's a 2-for-2. And Caps and Hansama still have full HP to run down Fnatic. Razzle flashes across the wall and should be able to escape. It's going to be a 2v3. Gage, no flash for him, but the Magnus Storm as Caps dives in onto Humanoid. The Sundis comes down, Zenith Blade, there's the Magnus Storm, but it's only onto Oscar in, and that's enough for G2, they find 1. Razzle chunked down towards the bottom side, Noah looking for the Chain of Corruption, he's stunned with the Seer! And I thought I liked it rare, but G2 won this fight, well done! They're dominating! They clear up 4 of Fnatic, only Jun stands in their way.
The Azir play into the Seer play into the end of the game for G2. They will march on down after controlling everything Fnatic attempted to throw at them.
Disconnected from Fnatic. They couldn't make the initiation work. They could not find that angle, and G2 shut them down. They will look to take us to match point.
The G2 army loud in voice, they know one more the call. For the men in black, the question is, Can the white and orange stand in their way? G2 1 away from an LEC championship.
3 things that I think it does incredibly well. Number 1, just natural team fight power.
Sure.
Number 2, poke. Like, it's such an effective tool at just chipping away your HP bar, especially if you're first on an objective. Poke, 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 poke. He's got so much safety to play around with the Maokai. And third, and most crucially, I think, especially against G2, side wave management.
Still get that presence in the mid lane, and it's enough to go for the Void Grubs.
It's also first move for Jun, right? He's already in the mid lane, giving Razork that extra safety. You know you have a numbers advantage of the fight. We saw Mickey backing a little bit later. Both the AD carries, or bot laners, I guess we'll have to call them this game, are left to their own devices. Lost chapter already complete for Noah, means his wave play's good. Jin, obviously, relatively good at wave playing as well with that bouncing grenade and the deadly flourish.
The first time this series.
And the risk is, though, if G2 decided they wanted to fight it, as you say, Caps has TP and Humanoid doesn't. Right, so they could have looked to take the fight. Instead, the 3 grubs will go over to Fnatic. The pushing power of Ziggs, complemented already with that satchel charge, now has the grubs as well to help him out. They're going to push in that top side. Broken Blade trying to survive as the flash shadowing strike into the crash down. Humanoid flashes away, the Ignite ticking. Mega Inferno bomb! Holy hell, that's a lot of damage! You need some sort of diffusal to deal with that. Humanoid still alive! Caps has to flash away! Noah here to join the party! And Summer hits 1! Noah gets 1 in response, and now Summer has the gun to take the kill. 2 for 2 on the bot side. Razork trying to get away from Broken Blade, who dashes across the tower. Still should go over to Fnatic in the top lane. Oscar will take that as his prize for this sequence.
I mean, I swear that Humanoid and Noah just earned the accolade of explosives experts after that performance in the bot lane. My goodness, G2 were not expecting that damage. They secure the top lane as well. They'll get themselves 5 grubs. Mickey trying to buy time for Caps to arrive.
Magnustorm going down. Caps, blast goes into the pit, can dash across here, and I don't think Razork really has a way out. Could look for the flash, the Bramble Smash used. Phase rush, isn't enough!
Is enough to pressure Broken Blade off that turret because Ziggs is left to Mickey.
He's going to try and jump the wall, but you can't get away from the Zenith Blade, and Mickey, that was a little greedy, my friend. He falls, Noah takes the kill.
He thinks that with the pressure he has in bot lane, the fact that mid is being caught as well.
In the bot lane, if a dive does materialize, and it looks like one Knight. The Seer hits Jun, he flashes. Pyroclasm only gets 1 bounce, and Jun should be able to escape. The Rift Herd for G2 will be their prize for surviving the bot side dive.
G2 playing well on the map. They just moved Yike down because you saw Jin drift across up towards that Rift Herald. They assume
oh,
the Mickey! There, but Mickey!
Mickey, the TP, perhaps the bait mate. It's Mickey pulls the Magnustorm back. Razork, no flash, a Bramble Smash will buy him a second. The phase rush, trying to get away from the Seer. He dodges the stun. Another Bramble Smash back, but I think this tree is going timber. Fire beats wood after all. Yike will secure the kill, and Razork is charcoal.
But G2 again and again just showing up where Fnatic least expect them.
Fnatic, I feel like, have the right idea, but sometimes the execution falls short. Razork did buy a lot of time, but Fnatic couldn't really convert it into much.
Cryo on the Drake.
Losing the flash from Razork is massive. He still, of course, has the ultimate.
Here's
Very
the
close
TP.
to level 10. But
2 items on Noah Betty. The event horizon is there, and they'll look for the damage. Mickey goes in, but Mickey might full burst. Oscar on the back line as well, but he's only doing damage to Broken Blade. Meanwhile, Caps is dashing forward. Those soldiers doing so much work. Broken Blade brings the Intopos down. And Summer looking for more.
Is the difference maker for G2. The engage just tears apart Fnatic. They thought they could play in the choke, but in the end, they find themselves choked up as G2 take them down further and further into their own half of the map. Fnatic starting to lose control of, crucially, mid-tower now, as Hansama should be able to finish this one off. And then it becomes a case of setting up vision on the bottom side. 2 minutes until that Mountain Soul for Fnatic. Sorry, for G2.
And right now, with Caps pushing out top, does he have a TP ward? Only bot lane, the minions, really. The curtain's open. I think this is a Drake secured for Fnatic. Razork can block the shots, and we're going to get an encore. It's blocked by Razork, and the last shot goes wide. Drake secured for Fnatic.
so G2 say, you know what, we're not even going to take the risk. We're not going to give Fnatic that fight. The wave is cleared out in mid. Razork sets his sights on Hansama.
Jun pulled across the wall with the all-out. Razork going in towards the backline. Hansama able to dodge away from the Nature's Grasp. The Solar Flare goes wide as Broken Blade. puts Jun 6 feet under. Razzle going for the re-engage. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Oscar in and diving in. Broken Blade takes a shot. Oscar will take him. Razzle able to survive in the mid lane. Yike still putting the damage down. Look at that pillar of flame. Can't quite get the blaze down. In the end, a 1-for-1.
Battle for vision around this river is a very tense moment. Look at Caps in the side lane securing another objective. Little by little, G2 gains more control.
First TP in from Caps. Humanoid TP's up towards the top side. G2 has started the Drake, but it's going to reset, and we're going to have a fight before it begins. Razzle locked up with a Seer, locked up with a stun, and he's buried in the river. Fnatic can't fight it anymore. It's Mountain Soul to G2.
Razork didn't even get to move. Shut down before the fight even starts. And that
behind.
could be huge.
G2 don't want Fnatic to get away from this. Mickey locks up Humanoid with a Magnet Storm. He's going to flash away. Broken Blade dashing in as well. Looking for more Humanoid. Can he get to Blast going in time? You can't! Hansama the sniper finds his mark, and now G2 are looking for more. Oscar in and trying to dash away. Still has the flash. He'll slice, he'll dice, he'll dash. The Emperor's Divide goes wide as Oscar in and able to survive for now.
In.
It's do or die, it's all or nothing. Mega Inferno Bomb hits the back line, 5,000 on the Baron. Oscar in and on the front line, the Baron falling low though, and Yike will land the smite. Razork still trying to get him to join the battle, but I don't think there's going to be any fighting left for him to participate in. G2 get the Baron, they get the Soul, they win the fight, and they are one fight away from the LEC Championship. G2 pushing in the bot side. Baron buff remains for 1 minute 50 seconds. Fnatic, any last ditch attempt, any last hope, any miracle you can muster. Broken Blade caught with the twisted advance, but he dashes back with Pathmaker and he's fine for now. Baron in the mid lane, Caps is the one shepherding that wave in. The Nature's Grass comes out and Fnatic look for the engage. They get onto Broken Blade, the Mega Inferno Bomb, not enough, and the curtain's open. Is it all done? Is it all over? The Magnus Storm finds his mark, but Mickey's the only one to fall. Caps is in the base. The Nexus Tower is his target as G2 begin to shepherd their way in. They're looking for more. Razzle goes for the re-engage, tries tanking the tower, but the tower's not long for the rift. G2 in a 4v4, Yike flashes away from Humanoid, and Humanoid will not live to see another day. G2, 4 strong, one Nexus Tower between them and glory, one Nexus Tower between them and victory once again. Jun dives in, but I think it's all over for Fnatic. Winter, spring, summer, season finals, G2 win the Grand Slam!
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.